Hello everybody and welcome to this new video. So in this video I will show you the basics of animation in Photoshop. So first things first, you need to know that Photoshop gives you this, you gotta click in this icon here, and Photoshop gives you a lot of workspaces to work with. So if you click for example on 3D, it's gonna change the layout of Photoshop. If you for example click on graphics, so it depends on your needs, whether you're using Photoshop for animation or for photography or other things. In our cases, we are using Photoshop for for motion. Okay, but I know most of you here who are watching this course are comfortable, or at least feels more comfortable using the essentials layout or the essentials workspace. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And to work with animation, you have to go into window and go into timeline. Click on timeline. Okay, so here we have our timeline, and here all the magics happen. So you have two modes for animation. The first one is create video timeline. The second one is create frame animation. So our first example, we are going to use create frame animation. So to do this, as you can see here, I have my background layer, and if I click on create frame animation, I need to re-click on this icon to confirm it. And here we have our first frame here in the timeline. So let me create, for example, I'm gonna go and select my rectangle tool, and I'm gonna create a little rectangle here. Okay. So what I need now is to create on this icon here, just as you create a new layer here, I'm gonna create on this icon, just like this one. And with this layer selected, it's gonna create another frame for me with the same elements that I had in the first frame. Okay, so as you can see, now it creates also a layer here. I have my rectangle layer. So now, for example, if I move this all the way here, for example, I have now two frames, one with this rectangle at the beginning and the second with the rectangle at the end. If I want to make an animation, or at least a fluid animation, because right now I have my animation, as you can see, but it's not fluid, I can drag more, I can have more frames and make the, for example, this one here and then the next one here, but Photoshop can make it for me. And to do that, all I have to do is select both layers. So click on the first or the second as you like, and then you press on your keyboard, press shift and click on the other layer here, and then go to this icon here, a little ball here. I'm gonna click on it, and as you can see, I have my options here. So for example, the frames to add, it asks you for the frames to add. How many frames do you want in between those two frames? Okay, so let's say that I have 5 frames here, that I want to add 5 frames, so in total it will be 7. I will add 5 plus those 2, so it will be 7. And the parameters that will be animated are those here. So we have the position, the opacity and the effects. All those parameters can be animated. So if I click OK, it generated 5 layers or 5 frames for me, excuse me. Okay, so this one, then it goes here, 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 here to the end. Now if I play my animation, it's much smoother. Let's say that I want to delete this frame here, for example. If I select it and press delete on my keyboard, it will delete the element that I created. It deleted the rectangle and from all my frames here. So let me undo that with the Control Z or Command Z. And to delete a frame, I need to select it and drag and drop it to the trash here, and it's got deleted. Okay, so now I have a big jump between this frame and frame. And here also you have the time, which is 0. This is the time that this frame will remains in the timeline. Okay, so if I play right now, all the frames are 0 seconds. Let me pause. For example, I'm gonna make this one 0.2, and if I play, you see it stops right here for 0.2 seconds and then it continues. I can select all of them and make change in one frame. For example, let's make it all 0.5, and all the frames changed the time to 0.5. okay, so as you can see, it will move by 0.5 seconds. Okay, so now let me delete all of these frames here. So I'm gonna just drag and drop to the trash, and I have my frame here. I'm gonna create another one. Okay, it's created the same frame for me. So let's say that this one here right now, I want the opacity to be 0, or the first one. I'm gonna select the first frame and I want the opacity to be 0, as you can see now. So the second one, the opacity will be 100. Okay, so the first one 0, the second 100, as you can see. So right now, if I select both of them and again go to this button here, so right now the first time it animated the position. Right now, because the opacity has changed, it will animate the opacity. Okay, so again 5, I will add 5 frames in the middle and click OK. And as you can see here, I have nothing, and right now the opacity is a little bit higher, as you can see. Again. Okay, so if I play my animation, okay, to make it smoother, I'm just gonna select everything and choose the time of no delay 0. Okay, play my animation, as you can see. Okay, so this is for the basics of animation in Photoshop. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one.